If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you guys are in the right place. My name is Derrick Forston, and I'm super excited that you guys are here. Some people call me Mr. ILF, but nevertheless, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Let's do that really quickly. And again, man, you guys got a lot of choices of where you could be, but y'all chose to be here, and I appreciate that. Also, if you're here, you probably love God, you love people, and you've been trying to get into real estate. On this channel, we teach people how to start their own independent living facility, which is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And as I said, I'm you guys' host tonight. My wife is taking a little break tonight, so it's just going to be me. And tonight's topic is going to be shared rooms or private rooms, right? How do you make that decision? What is a shared room? What is a private room? What does it look like? Who is it for? How do you offer it? And also, who can afford it? Where are you from? Where are you guys located, city and state? Let me know that, and then we're going to jump right into the material tonight because I want to talk about, should you be offering private rooms? Should you be offering shared rooms, right? Or should you maybe offer a mixture of both, right? Does that make sense to anybody that you may offer both? And I'm going to show you guys exactly what we're talking about tonight. I am your new big brother, just as sure as you're trying to get into real estate, shared housing, ILFs, and to show the love of God through real estate. If that's your desire, I'm your new big brother. If you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit? This whole business, y'all, is built on relationship. If you don't build relationship, this business goes nowhere. This is a great business. It pleases God and it helps people. But if you don't meet people, prime example, God bless me, Sunday morning, our church had this event outside, and everybody, we had communion outside, food trucks, bunch of fun, family time, business, all of that. My favorite question, and Shay'll tell y'all this, if we out somewhere in the open, Shay'll tell you most times I'm a kind of a crab in a shell. I'm not super outgoing. Now, it's hard for y'all to believe that when you hear me running my big mouth here. But if you take me to a party or to a social gathering, and it's not about business, I'm the biggest fly on the wall. I don't talk to nobody, and I'm ready to go. But if somebody make a mistake and say, sir, what do you do for a living? Ding, 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 here I come. Because I love the opportunity to talk about what we do, how it pleases God, and how it's saving my community in which I live in. Which is what some of y'all have a problem with. You don't know how to explain this. That's why my coaching, 75% of my coaching is verbiage and language and who we say it to. And I say that so much, I'm going to put it on the t-shirt. 70% of my coaching you is verbiage, language, and who in the world are we saying that language to? Because if you say the wrong words, wrong verbiage to the wrong people, they're going to send you down a rabbit hole because they're going to think you want to open up a group home, and you don't. Not under my coaching, you don't. You don't want to open no IDD or no ALF. We want to start an ILF which does not require a license or a $30,000 sprinkler system. Does that make sense, everybody? The difference between an ILF and a group home, I don't need a license for the ILF. I don't need a staff for the ILF. I don't have to bathe people, feed people, or give out medications. Those are the three things that'll get you in trouble, land you in jail, or the Channel 8 News. Because those requirements are for group homes and ALFs because of the population in which you serve. We serve people that are completely independent. Derrick, what does independent mean for you? Independent mean for us is that Jerome can cook his own bologna sandwich. Mr. Tyrone can also bathe and feed himself. She provides her own transportation through Uber, Lyft, her cousin, her mom, her dad, JC Christopher, anybody but me and you. Me and your job is too important to be driving people around. We trying to save the world. What days do you meet? Every day, 7 days a week. 7 days a week, 7 p.m. You come right here and we'll change your life. God and I will change your life. And if you're real smart, right, depending on where you're trying to go, first step, I lead everybody to that $5 group. But if you know you want the coaching, you skip all that and you get the one-on-one coaching or at least the ILF collective, which is our group coaching. So if you're super new to us, as you guys are listening, you guys can go to forstonconsultants.com. That's Forston, forstonconsultants.com. and see all the packages that we offer. So I got everything from free to $35,000. You get in wherever you fit in. 7 days a week right here for free. Group coaching, one-on-one coaching, DIY, and I got a legacy coaching that's 35 grand where we do everything and give you the keys, including the property. That one is the only one I got that you got to sign up for and be approved for. You just can't write me a $35,000 check. That's a whole process that goes into that one. But if you want to see what we offer, go to forstonconsultants.com. But I'll tell you right now, this YouTube channel is what changes most people's lives right before they get into one of the coaching plans. Most people come to the YouTube channel, soak this up, and blow it away. They then move from that to our $5 elite group, which is 16 cents a day. And then most people right after that choose either the collective, the DIY, or the one-on-one coaching. And I got coaching on and whole scripts about which one of those fits you the best. You're going to choose my coaching according to your learning style. If you're somebody that can come here 7 days a week and just pick up the game like that, you don't buy none of those. You just come here. But if you said, Derrick, I need you to hold my hand, bro. Like, I'm a little hard-headed and I don't get it right away. That's me. I'm like that. Like, I'm a little bit of a knucklehead myself, right? So I'm not somebody that can hear you coach on something one time and take off running. That's not my learning style. I want you to hold my hand, right? People like Jermaine, very bright and smart. Jermaine don't need one-on-one coaching. Let him tell it. He does really well with just the DIY. And he's always here 7 days a week. So how can he go wrong with this? Because the DIY's got the same coaching that you would get one-on-one. It's just all recorded, pre-recorded, and given to you in a portal. All the coaching, all the curriculum, all the paperwork, the tools you need, the website, build out your business phone. Even our DIY has all of that. So you guys will get in where you fit in. Are we making sense so far, ladies and gentlemen? So if you new and you just joined us, all we're discussing is independent living in a shared living environment that requires no license, and you do not have to own the property. For most of y'all, you should be like celebrating and running around your living room right now because you thought you had to own the property. You thought you needed a license. You thought you had to take a bunch of classes and jump through a bunch of red tape. Not so. And it's because of the population that we serve. Let's take a real quick break, guys, and we'll be right back. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase "more info" to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase "more info" to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text "more info" to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. All right, we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to jump right into tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is shared rooms or private rooms. So big shout out to Tia Johnson to give credit where credit is due. I want to show the people who you are, where you're located, and give you credit because this is Tia Johnson's ILF, guys, in Polk County, Florida, in Haines City. Tia only does private rooms, and that's why I brought this picture up to make this really make sense, and I'm going to do a little bit of teaching from this. Let me teach you right now that when you guys open up your own independent living facility, every call you get, most people are going to want that private room, but most people can't afford it. So the private room for us looks like this, and it also got a bathroom in it. Now watch this. Actually, let me reword that. The private room is the room that looks like this without the bathroom. So Johnny has a private room, but Johnny still shares the hallway bathroom. Johnny doesn't have a roommate like this guy that may be in a room that looks like this. So if I think I'm showing y'all something and I'm not, I'm going to be embarrassed. How many of y'all can see the two sets of beds on this screen with those two beds? Now, for me in Orlando, Florida, these beds are $800 a piece. So for me, I am $1,600 per room. Tia Johnson only does private rooms, which means nobody in Tia's house gets a roommate. Does that make sense, everybody? Now watch me break this down. Because of what most of us pay in rentals and leasing the property, we gotta do 2 beds per room to make the numbers make sense. Tia is blessed, if I can say this, Tia has worked so hard, y'all, her whole life. She's got a great job. She's got a bunch of entrepreneurship endeavors. Tia bought a house, y'all, one day and paid it off. Tia is in that top 2% of people that I coach that has no mortgage, no rental fees, and no overhead. Congratulations, Tia. I want to be like you when I grow up. How many of y'all want to be like Tia Johnson and own a property clear and free, or sometimes they say free and clear, meaning you have no mortgage. The only money Tia is paying, if I'm wrong, she'll tell me, is her taxes. So Tia Johnson said, Derrick, you know what? Derrick, I know you teach that 2 people per room, Derrick, but Derrick, you also taught me, Derrick, less people, less problems. Jermaine, you ever heard of that song called More Money, More Problems? I got one called Less People, Less Problems. Tia was so smart, Katara. She said, Derrick, you know what? I have no overhead. All of this gonna be profit. Derrick, I'm gonna do what you said, bro. I ain't doing 2 people per room, bro. Cause Derrick, you said if everybody get their own room, Derrick, what are we fighting over? What are we fighting about? How many of you all would want to be like Tia and own your property outright? Guys, I own property, but none of them are free and clear. I pay mortgages on those places. So congrats to you, Tia, and thank you to everybody that realized, like, what a goal that is. What an accomplishment that is. So watch this. For me to explain it one more time, most of y'all won't be able to do this because your landlord going to be greedy and he going to want a bunch of money from the rental agreement. So under my coaching, I want you to put 2 people to every room in there because it's not going to make sense for you so much. Now watch me show you something. We got a lunch and learn coming up in Orlando, Florida, where I'm at. Usually when I do a lunch and learn or all these speaking engagements, I do it away from where I live in your city. This time I'm bringing y'all to my hometown. So guess what I'm going to do when I bring y'all here? I'm going to let the VIP people view maybe 2, but 1 for sure, ILFs while you're here. And I want to show you all what is it, and probably 2, because I want to show you one we own and one we rent. I'm going to not only do a lot of teaching, but I'm going to give an ILF tour of an active ILF that's ran by Shay and I, a women's facility that's a nonprofit, and then mine, which are men, which is an LLC for profit. Does that make sense, everybody? So one more time. Most of my rentals are so expensive, I can't afford to do 1 person per room because one of my rules are the math has to make sense, ladies and gentlemen, or if not, you running a homeless shelter, and that's not what I teach. I want you guys to be paid for the great work that you're already doing in the community. I don't want this to be free. Does that make sense? So when you offer a room like there you located, city and state, because where I am, these beds are $800 a piece. Where Tia lives may be a little bit different. Tia, can you tell the people, Tia, what do you charge somebody for a beautiful room like this that's got a beautiful bed, beautiful blackout curtains, beautiful chair, accent chair, if you allow me to say accent chair. This place is beautiful. Tia, what do you charge for 1 person to be in this room? So can y'all see what Tia put? $960 with the bathroom. Now, Tia, do me a favor, Tia. Can you show my new people, Tia, how will we explain that it's $960, Tia, to the case manager when we divide that $960 by 31 days? Tia, show my new people, Tia, what that $960 looks like when we advertise it. When you bring out your calculator, Tia, and put that $960 divided by 31 days. Because that's how I taught Tia to really advertise it. She telling y'all $960 because we family tonight. But her social media probably says $960 divided by 31. Tia, show the people what you would tell a social worker, what we would charge by the day. Because if you ain't listening, I just gave y'all a genius marketing strategy. I don't tell people I'm $960 a day. $960 a month. Tia says I'm $25 a day, Or my favorite phrase to say, ma'am or sir, we're under $26 a day, which the worst hotel in your city right now still want $89.99, and it's got bed bugs and roaches in it. This is why we're a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. So we offer kind of what the price is by the day. Even though we're charging monthly, we're still letting people know what is this thing by the day if we break it down. Because watch this, y'all. When I'm talking to a social worker or a case manager, I literally say that. I say, ma'am, the worst hotel in this city is $89 a night. Here at Second Chance, my program, ma'am, I'm under $23 a day. Ooh, that make a lot of sense. But that's worked for us when we broken it down, because now the social worker says, wow, Derrick, you got a point there, bro. You're right. That Motel 6 and that raggedy hiatus hotel or motel, they're $70 a night. Yeah, I know. I done my research. That's why under our coaching in this model of housing, guys, you're going to be lower than the worst hotel in your city. So I'm giving you right now your marketing strategy. Steal that from me. Say, hey, guys, here at one of your program is called Credos Foundation. Here at Credos Foundation, we're under $24 a day compared to the raggediest hotel in the city. And then when I show them pictures like this, Teal, oh, I'm a no-brainer now. This is how I walk into every hospital in my city and tell them I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Because I'm comparing it to something else that's what they're looking for. Guys, when I realized that one day, and I'm going into some masterclass type teaching right now, like that's one of my major marketing strategies. One, tell you how bad the local motel is. And two, show you that I'm under $25 a day. But most people that call your phone, that 2 people per room, 80% of your people are going to be able to afford this. Now, Tess, when they call that phone, they're going to say, hello, thank you for calling Tess Solutions. How can I help? He going to say, hey, Miss Tess, I saw your Instagram post, and I want one of them private rooms you got. Yeah, because, my auntie kicked me out last week. His income only going to be $600. You charge him probably $750. So a lot of times we find ourselves having to educate people on what they can afford. Watch this. Everybody you house, because of my experience in this, most of them smoke cigarettes and they drink coffee. And they want that cell phone every month. So I'm educating them on, hey, Brian, you can't afford that private room because you want to keep your cell phone on, right? You got your little girlfriend and y'all want to go to the movies and to the little park thing that costs $8 every time y'all go. You want to smoke your cigarettes and you got to buy your coffee. I know you're going to use your food stamp card for, the food, but bro, you smoke 8 packs of cigarettes a month. You can't afford that and not be able to smoke your cigarettes. Now, if you want to stop smoking, I'm all for it. Let's do it. And you can afford this. He said, no, bring it. Not my cigarettes. So sometimes, guys, I turn from the housing provider to the counselor that's educated on what he can afford with the money he gets through SSI, SSDI, or the job he got at McDonald's, Walmart, or Burger King. Make sense, everybody? Let's take a real quick break. I want you guys to hear from Jermaine Mills, who says, Derrick, I don't need your one-on-one coaching, bro. Give me that DIY and let me take off running.
Hey, everybody. My name is Jermaine. I've been with Derrick and Shay for about 4 months now. I got my first property within a month and a half or so of being under that coaching. I have a 6-bedroom house. I got all the rooms filled already. I'm charging $800 a month. You guys do the math on that. Derrick and Shay don't like to talk about the money, but me, I'm a numbers guy. But the coaching is fantastic. Like, you will not lose. You will not lose. Please make the decision. Getting this coaching, whether it's the DIY or the one-on-one coaching, if you can do it with the DIY without talking to Derrick every day, then go for it. But if you can do it and you need somebody to hold your hand and you need to call Derrick whenever you need him, then I suggest you get the one-on-one coaching. It's been the best decision of my life, man. I'm telling you, like, get with it. And get ready to fire your boss because it's going to happen. Thank y'all. Peace.
Big shout out to Jermaine Mills. Jermaine, are you here tonight, big bro? I want to just shout you out personally, man, and just say great job on all that you're doing, and being a great example for people that may not either can afford the one-on-one or maybe they're like you, Jermaine. Maybe they say, Derrick, like, why would I give the one-on-one when I know how to move at the speed of instruction? I know how to move at the speed of revelation. Guys, I didn't do my job tonight. My job is to inspire, educate, and encourage, to give you the mindset that you can do this. Notice I don't come here and talk about me for 55 hours and how great I am. All my coaching is about how you can get into it, your city, the homeless people in your city, in your state. Oh, that's some good coaching, whether y'all say it or not. Anyway, follow me at Derrick Forston. Join that $5 group. And if I prove myself to you in that group by watching those 2 classes, upgrade yourself to either DIY, the collective group coaching, or the one-on-one coaching. I don't decide that, you do. You and your family decide that. But other than that, man, I want to pray you guys out of here. And I want to get y'all out of here in time to go enjoy your family for a little bit of tonight. But also, I want some of y'all to go and talk to God and pray and say, God, you know what? That was pretty cool tonight, what I heard. And if Derrick and Shay and that family is supposed to be a part of my journey, God, make the way easy. But if Derrick is not supposed to be my big brother and I'm not supposed to get it from Derrick, God, remove Derrick away from my algorithm, from my Facebook. God, let Derrick disappear from me if he's not to be what you sent. But God, if he be the guy, make the way easy. Does that make sense, everybody? Father God, thank you so much for the seed that was sown tonight. God, thank you for the ability to give what you gave me and my wife. God, thank you for the want to share it with other people. God, thank you for not having a crab in a bucket mentality. God, thank you that I want to share it with people the way it changed my life. And just like I promised you, God, if you did it for me, I will go all over the world sharing it and I will never take any credit. In fact, watch me do that right now, y'all. With God, y'all think I'm a genius, but without God, this is all baloney. So God, I thank you for giving me the mind of Christ and the able body to lead your people. And Father God, now everybody that's under the sound of my voice, God, can you help them as well? God, in fact, I want you to help them better than you did me. Somewhere in that good book, it talks about that the students should outdo the teacher. God, I want you to do exceedingly and abundantly above what these people can think or they can ask for in their business. God, give them the mind of Christ and the able body to do what you called them to do. Because God, I believe that procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God will give us more time for something he's already told us to do. And God, we don't want to be arrogant against you. We want to do your will. We want to help our community. And God, we want to make enough money to feed our family. And we'll be ever so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. In fact, God, we'll take no credit. And God, today I decrease so that you can increase inside of me. Help me be the best coach and the consultant that I can be. And God, help these people move at the speed of revelation. God, they heard it tonight. They can't unhear it. Wake them up in the middle of the night, God, and remind them that this is the dream that you gave them. But God, give them every resource, every monetary gain they need to make it happen. And God, again, will be ever so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. Other than that, man, you guys be great, and we'll see you guys. You guys be great, and we'll see you next time. If this is your first time ever joining us, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, I hope you're enjoying the content. But probably most importantly, I want you guys to text more info to the phone number 407-326-0086. That's going to give you our introductory webinar that breaks all of this down. And it also gives you a call with someone on our team to answer every question you have before moving forward. Because remember, I don't want you to buy nothing before you have a clear understanding of what this is and how to operate it. So one more time, text only these 2 words, more info, to 407-326-0086, and you will get an immediate download. You click that, you put your name, email address, and phone number, instant download. After watching that webinar, which is about 55 minutes long, first of all, it's going to change your life. Second of all, make sure you book that call, and then you join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel right here at Forston Consultants, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's go. Most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they're not in the right room. The ILF Academy is not another Facebook group. It's the cheapest and most affordable access point to learning the independent living facility model. I put that inside of this $5 group. And if you know anything about me, guys, only my one-on-one people get that kind of coaching. But I'm giving it to you all because I want no excuses this year that you didn't know how to get started. So the ILF Academy Elite is only $5, and I'm going to put the link below. We'll see you there. The first step to getting started with your own independent living facility is texting the phrase "more info" to 407-326-0086. One more time, if you text the phrase "more info" to that phone number, we're going to give you an immediate text message. You fill out your name, email address, and phone number, and we're going to send it to you instantly to watch it with you and your family or you and your team. And then if you have questions, we want you to join us 7 days a week on our YouTube channel so that we can learn and grow together. But if you think that you want to move forward with one of our coaching products, we'll also speak to you by phone just to make sure that you understand fully what you're getting yourself into. And again, it starts with our webinar. So text "more info" to the phone number 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
Hey, Derrick, I just want to ask, what's the biggest benefit of independent living facility?
Well, in my opinion, the best form of real estate is shared housing. That's why we invented the independent living facility model, because we view it like this. Why get one house and rent to one income, right? A family usually, mom, dad, 3 kids. What the ILF model does, it allows you to take that same 4-bed, 2-bath home and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. That's the benefit of shared housing.
So what's the secret to being so successful in the ILF housing model?
The biggest secret literally that we have, and it's kind of no secret because we always say it, we keep God first, right? We love people and we love real estate. So we live by this thing that says that we want to please God, right? Because we believe that if you do that, man, everything else can just fall in place. We believe in helping people. And that's something that's actually in the Bible. God says that when you do unto the least of thee, it's like you're doing it unto him. We also believe in being respected by our community while we're doing it. When I first started this, guys, nobody knew me. Today, we're really well known, but not because of how great I am. It's because of the housing program that's changing the lives in the city in which we live in. And then the last part about it, I want you guys to make enough money to feed your family. So one more time, we believe in pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but I also want you to make enough money to feed your family. And you can do that while doing the independent living facility model. So just text "more info," just those 2 words, "more info," to 407-326-0086. And that's the first starting point. David, I know you're not there yet, but remember I told you to act in faith. And while you're doing all the homework that I told you about earlier, always be looking for a property, whether that's on Zillow, Realtor.com, Facebook Marketplace, or word of mouth using your social media. Always be looking for a property, because you just never know when God's going to say, "Go, it's your time." Yeah, I remember that. But, and you won't believe it, but I actually found a property, and it's in one of them HOAs. And see, David, I can tell already you haven't been listening, because that's one of my major rules, is that we never start an independent living facility in an HOA or a community association. Because always in the fine print, it's going to say something about you can't run a business inside of here and you cannot sublet, which is the entire model of what we do. Does that make sense? Dennis, would you happen to have a list of things that, you did wrong in the beginning when you first started your independent living facility? What kind of mistakes that you made? David, that's actually a great question, right? Even coming from you. I wrote a book that's entitled "How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco." And in fact, David, it's the 12 dumbest mistakes that are ever made. And because I didn't want other people to make them, I put it in a book. So go to forstonconsultants.com. That's again, forstonconsultants.com, and check it out. That's where you can find all of our ebooks, all of our coaching, and more information about live events. Well, I'm going to just have to do that then, because that sounds like a good starting point to me. Hey, Dennis, I was watching one of your replays on your YouTube channel, over there at Forston Consultants, and you said something about paying us as an affiliate if we refer somebody to y'all and they get the coaching,
you will pay me. Like, what does that mean?
David, do you listen or understand anything we talk about? And yes, that's true. We'll literally pay you for using your affiliate link, that if you drive somebody to us for the coaching and they get it, we pay you 40%. We started that last year. Not sure how long Derrick could continue to do that, but David, get in now. Text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. Fill out the information and you're in. It's that easy.
Wow, man. That's a heck of a deal, because basically you telling me if I refer somebody to you for your one-on-one coaching, you're going to give me 40% of that.
So Dennis, in your professional opinion, since you trademarked the ILF, which is the best population, or probably which is the easiest population to serve when I want to get started with my ILF? Well, if you're asking me my personal opinion, I love the elderly adults and military veterans. They're super independent. They don't usually need much from you. And again, they're just easier. People that are more settled in life, meaning age-wise, they just typically are a little bit easier than your younger crew. So, but I always tell people also, right, choose your population by what your community is dictating. Where I live at in Orlando, Florida, it screams for military veterans and elderly adults, which just so happens to